Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs, now featuring over 200,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you very much, everybody, for following me on Twitter. If you're not following me there, make sure you are at BitBoy_crypto. Guys, every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money and you like crypto, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Also, chance to win a full Bitcoin down below in the video description. Today, we are going to be talking briefly about Bitcoin, about the current trade that I'm in. It may be closed by the time you actually watch this. Things are getting a little hairy, but I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing this weekend with trading. You know, we have now started our $100,000 to $1 million challenge. We are up on our first trade, so pretty exciting. But we're also going to be talking about why I believe your best chance to become a millionaire in crypto right now is in NFTs. And I'm going to be talking about some coins. We've already talked about some this weekend, but I'm going to be giving you something that just happened that is absolutely massive for NFTs. And I'm talking about revolutionary, life-changing, direction-altering thing that just happened. And actually, there's two of those things. One of them not quite as big of a deal, but both pretty significant. So let's start by talking about my trade. Market Cypher, I've got an interview with Crypto Vates coming out later today on the channel. You guys can check that out, where he'll be talking about how to use Market Cypher. But Market Cypher was showing a large green dot at the bottom of the 30-minute chart, 45-minute chart, 1-hour chart, just about to appear on the 2-hour chart. And so at $56,000, I put in a long. Within 10 minutes of me putting that long in, the price rocketed back up over 57,000. We're trying a little bit different strategy, lower leverage, but larger positions for this one. So I think I'm up about $12,000 in the trade right now. So pretty good. I did set a stop loss in profit at $56,900. If it drops back down below there, I think I'll end up at about $9,000 on the trade, but I still have some room for it to run. Now, yesterday, a lot of people were feeling very bullish, including myself, on Bitcoin. We were right at $60,000, but $60,000 is turning to be quite an opponent for Bitcoin. Look at my banging this morning. So quite an opponent for Bitcoin, and it looks like it's shaping up to be a more difficult level than we believed that it would be. Now, this is, I think, the fourth time we've gotten to $60,000 and gotten rejected. The highest we went above was the first time when we touched 62,000, and we just haven't really seemed to get any momentum after that. Now, some people are starting to worry that this week, due to the futures expiring, the quarterly futures or quarter one expiring on Friday, March 26th, that this means we're going to get sell-offs ahead of time. I have not thought that was the case, but it looked like yesterday we were primed for a breakout, and unfortunately, we got the breakdown. So now it's going to take a lot of momentum just to get us back above $60,000, meaning we may not have that great week like we thought we were going to have. It would have been really nice if we could have got the break up over $60,000, and then for the rest of the week, we could have, been challenging up towards 70. We're getting a retracement on Friday or somewhere thereabouts. So just kind of unfortunate, but the thing is, the beautiful thing about Market Cypher and Bybit, if you guys want to sign up for those, you can visit bitboycrypto.com/deals. But the beautiful thing is, we can make money whether it's going up or down. We can make money whether the price drops $4,000. That gives us a good position to open up long. And you really realize that when you are trading, when you are a trader, it doesn't really matter where the price is. You just look for positions. But how can you become absolutely massively rich in crypto? That's the question. NFTs. If you have not awoken to what is happening in the world of non-fungible tokens yet, then we are going to shake you until you wake up. Because the fact is, the NFT path has now been cleared. So if you didn't know, the FATF, or the FATF, is the Financial Action Task Force. It's an intercontinental body. I think it's based in France, actually, and that's where the home base is, but it's a lot of countries working together in order to come up with solutions for financial problems, okay? You could call them a financial watchdog. They're coming after DeFi. Okay, you need to understand that. We just talked about yesterday how Bank of America had a report that basically said that they believe that Ethereum is the future because DeFi is going to be massive and it is going to be very troubling for banks in the future. They see this. What do you think this means? That means the old money, the traditional money, they're going to want to press DeFi down. When you're talking about KYC, AML laws, stands for Know Your Customer, and anti-money laundering laws, these are ways that financial watchdogs keep a checkup to make sure all money's legit. Of course, you know, they're always involved in scandals themselves, so a little hypocritical. But the fact is this, DeFi platforms, especially DeFi platforms that have American ties, could be in trouble in the future. Now, this isn't gonna happen overnight, so you don't need to go sell all your DeFi coins. DeFi is still the future of cryptocurrency. But what I'm saying here is DeFi is going to have a much more difficult time when it comes to regulation, okay? There will be DeFi platforms that do get shut down in the future. Just, you know, not soon, but something to monitor and something to think about. They don't want this taking over. However, one part of DeFi technically is NFTs. Now, the Financial Action Task Force, the intercontinental body that is going to be monitoring a lot of this stuff in DeFi, they made a change this week to some of their wording of what they do. They've now said they're specifically worried about fungible tokens. NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. What just happened is the FATF, they just gave the green light to NFTs, and I am so excited about this because we talked, I believe, on Friday about the cyclical nature of different areas and niches in crypto, and right now we are in the early days of NFT that were very similar to the early days of DeFi in 2020. Early 2020, when Compound and Maker and these projects were blowing up. Now, NFTs are about to see the same explosion. Aave, it looked like there's no way it could keep going and get it even bigger, and it did. You were looking at projects like Compound that appeared out of nowhere and just 10x'd overnight. We're looking at the same opportunity with a lot of these projects in the NFT space. Ecomi, pay attention. Chili's could be the leader in this space. Pay attention. Eternity Chain, we talked about it the other night. This is one you definitely do not want to sleep on. Wax, trust me, Wax is about to crush it. Engine, another one of these coins, looks like it can't go up anymore. Look at the days of DeFi in 2020. They just kept going. Super Farm, project from Elio Trades. This is a project we're going to be working with super close in the future. Definitely pay attention to Super Farm and what they're doing on the NFT and gaming side of things. There's a lot to pay attention to in this space. The Guggenheim Museum in New York City, an art museum, they just came out and put a job posting for someone to help them get digital. Even some of the biggest museums in the world are now looking for ways to integrate NFTs and blockchain into what they are doing. Sorry, I'm looking the other way. We're on our Sunday drive to church today, and we're pulling up in the parking lot. We're a little bit late today, so we'll see what happens. But look at this little car right here. I don't know if you guys can see that in the background. What is that? It's one of them new Vets. Looks pretty good. See it? There it is. Whoa, new Vet. But hey, still can't touch this Hellcat. But anyways, guys, listen, that's all I've got for today. I just want you guys to know, pay attention to these NFT projects. Look, NFTs, for whatever reason, with my regular audience, you guys that watch all of these videos, this is not something that seems to get you guys going, really. We look at the numbers, we know our stats, we know the numbers are, when we do NFT videos, they just don't do as well as when we do an Ethereum or a Bitcoin video or a Cardano video. We know that. But listen, this is the future. This is what area you're going to want to be paying attention to. So do not sleep on these. We're going to be pounding these videos out because I want you to have this opportunity to make the most money that you can during this bull run. And I believe now that NFTs are going to be the best way that you can do that. So guys, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. We got a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. EST with Crypto Love and Token Metrics. It's going to be a blast. Alexander Lorenzo going to be there as well. So guys, don't forget to come back and check that out. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.